Hi class, here we are at the home stretch with your final projects due this week, assignment 7-2. I wanted to go over the expectations a little bit to make sure that you all are on track to include all of the necessary elements that will be graded for this assignment so that all of your hard work gets reflected onto these projects. So here's the guidelines and rubric for the assignment, and if we scroll down a bit, you will see that there are two elements that will be graded, two basic sections that are necessary to include in your project. So the first is the literature review. We did have a milestone assignment on this, so if you did well on that, or any feedback that you did receive, this should be a polished version of your literature review, but it should include all 5 articles. The literature review only included 3, so this should include a summary of all 5. And your research design is more recently we had the research gap worksheet and the milestone assignment on the discussion board where you received feedback from your peers. All of that will be used to complete this section. Again, go through A through E and make sure that you include all of these elements in writing your paper. Nothing here should be a surprise. We addressed all of these points throughout the term. But if you do have any questions, of course, feel free to email me or post any questions on the discussion forum. So in terms of how to put everything together, there on the near the bottom of the guidelines and rubric, right before the actual rubric, there is a link to a final project paper template. Click on that. And this is an actual example. It's a template that you can use to complete your assignment. But with it being a template, that means that you can actually go over this and retype your own title and your name. Kind of use it as a fill in the blank. Just remove what's there and enter your own. It's in the correct font and spacing that is required, so I strongly suggest that you do that as you complete your projects. So you will see that the paper is broken down into the literature review and research design and a conclusion. And if you read this through, it shows you, it kind of reiterates what's in the rubric that we just saw in terms of what you should include. And of course, elaborate a bit more than what's on here. This conclusion section highlights in case you're not using this as a template, it should be a 12 points times New Roman font, 1-inch margins, double spacing. Your references should all be in APA format. And if you have any questions about the APA formatting, there is a link. If you go into our course information page or tab on our course page, under writing support, there are some APA research guides that can help you. And of course, your reference page here with a list of all of the references that you need to use. And I just wanted to highlight this real quick because this has been, I have noticed this in some of your references. APA format is a bit tricky and a little bit odd to get used to, but the first line is not indented, and the second line and any following lines of the same reference are indented. So if this reference had another line, it would be indented as well, but the first line is not indented. And of course, these references should be in alphabetical order. And let me just go back one more time, and yes, it should be 4 to 6 pages in length. Please try to keep it within that frame. Any more is just, it's telling me that you're having trouble being more concise in your ideas. The literature review should be just that, a literature review. You don't need to go into depth about those reviews. Any less than 4 isn't thorough enough. So that is that. Please feel free to email me again if you have any questions, or post questions on our general discussion forum. Good luck with this. I look forward to reading your projects.